Hey, I'm Ash and I'm about to put my carry-on packing method to the test for 3 months of travel. In this video, I'm going to show you my luggage, what I'm packing, the method I'm using, and how I'm getting prepped for an extended period away. So it's less than a week now till my boyfriend Timo and I are headed off overseas for at least 3 months. We don't actually have our return tickets to Australia booked just yet. We recently resigned from our jobs in Tasmania and moved back across the country to Western Australia. You can actually see more of our journey about that over here or here. We will be traveling to the Caucasus, so Georgia and Armenia, via Malaysia and Uzbekistan. Traveling through Asia has become a bit of a flight hack for us, which I hope to share with you a bit later on. I traveled to Georgia and Armenia back in 2019 and I loved it so much, especially Georgia. I would say without a doubt, it's one of my favorite countries. So I'm super excited to be traveling back there, but I'm even more excited for Timo to be visiting these countries for the first time. We'll be in the region for nearly 2 months, and after that we'll be headed to Estonia, which is where Timo is from, and then we are due to head to Pakistan. Bit more on that later. I've been fortunate enough to make travel a priority in my adult life, and I've actually been working in the tourism industry for the last 10-ish years or so. So even though I've taken some long trips, there's always a lot to organize when you're going away, especially for an extended period of time. Actually, I was watching some pack and prep videos to get inspired for making my own, and I noticed that some of them were super chaotic. The girlies were leaving the packing to the last minute, they were well and truly overpacking, and then they were having to take so much stuff out of their bags. No disrespect, but it made me quite anxious. So this is just my perspective on getting organized as a bit of a type A gal. So between my little notebook here and my Notion list on my phone, I've got my to-do list covered. Of course, we've already organized our flights, our first few weeks of accommodation, our visas. We do actually need to purchase our travel insurance this week, so that's on the list. Add money to our travel cards as well. We use Wise travel cards, which I highly recommend. I've been using them for years and they're excellent. I also have a few appointments scheduled. I'll be picking up a few last minute bits and pieces like toiletries and medication. I'm also going to suspend some services and subscriptions as well, like my Netflix, which I've actually already done. It's not because I don't like Netflix anymore, I just haven't been using it that much lately. I figure if I can pause it, I will. And also my private health insurance I'll suspend as well. So that is something that you can do depending on your provider if you're going away for an extended period of time. And it's just a great way to minimize your expenses while you're away, and especially if you're not going to be using it and you're already paying for travel insurance. So that's some of the things to do on the list, so come along with me for the next couple of days. Kicking off my appointments with the dentist because I'm some sort of masochist, I don't know. I actually used to have Invisalign a couple of years ago, so I had all of my wisdom teeth removed in hospital for the Invisalign treatment. It's not like I have to worry about my wisdom teeth coming through or anything random like that, but I'm due for a checkup, so just gonna have to grin and bear it. Oh. So I'm all finished at the dentist. Oh, that's so funny. There's someone on a roof nearby. That's probably been watching me talk to myself in the car. That's really weird. I was thinking to myself when I was in there, is it really that bad? Am I just being dramatic? But no, once I was in the chair, I was like, no, it really is this bad. But it's done now. I even got a little gift that will actually come in handy for the upcoming travels. And I'll be heading into town now to run a few more errands, go to the shops. I'm going to meet my sister for lunch. And then I have a few more appointments this afternoon. dinner appointment for the day. I've just had my eyebrows and my upper lip waxed, which is, well, look all red and blotchy now. And I'm heading to my last appointment for the day, which is at the doctor's for my cervical screening. So I'm clearly not going to film any of that, but if you are overdue for yours or if you need to have it, this is your sign to book it in. So like my last two overseas trips, I'll be taking the Cotopaxi Allpa 42 litre as my main carry-on item. I will preface this by saying that I have actually paid for additional carry-on allowance on all of our flights except for our departure flight out of Australia, which happened to include checked baggage anyway as part of the fare. The biggest benefit of traveling carry-on for me personally is that I don't have to worry about whether my luggage is going to arrive on the other side or not. And leaving the airport is a far more seamless experience when you have carry-on only. So for me, it's not even a matter of having to pay additional fees. I'm willing to do that even to have a bigger allowance for carry-on. It's more so that where possible, I don't actually want to check my luggage. So like I said, I'm using the Cotopaxi Allpa 42 litre as my main carry-on item. I think there have been a few changes to the style in terms of the compartments since I've purchased mine. It is a couple of years old now, but I love that it has all of these built-in compartments. You've got one at the back that acts as like a laptop sleeve, essentially. You've got the main compartment here. And this is where I pack most of my clothes. More compartments on this side, including this really deep compartment here where I tend to pack my shoes. And then this other compartment at the front, which has more compartments. I'll also be taking my trusty Kanken as my personal item as well. I'll also be using the 5-4-3-2-1 packing method again that I've used in the past to help manage my packing so I don't overpack. Of course, on a trip as long as this with such varied locations and activities, it's going to be tricky, but I think I've done pretty well. So let's get packing. So 5 tops, plus 1 for travel days and 1 for hiking. 4 bottoms, plus 1 again for hiking. 3 outer layers, and 2 pairs of shoes, which, you guessed it, is looking more like 4, but remember, this is a guide, so works for me and this trip. And 1 dress or equivalent item, so I've gone with my little set again. And my toiletries. And a few miscellaneous items as well. Now for the Kanken. My little pharmacy. Tripod will go in there as well, which is currently being used. This little guy has some chargers, adapters, sunglasses, glasses, and that kind of thing in there. DJI gear, which is also currently being used. And little bum bag Kanken, which I regretted not taking last time. So this has, you know, my wallet, passport, and so on in there. So that's it, more or less packed. I am a little skeptical, like last time, about the weight of the Cotopaxi. I will weigh it before we go, just for peace of mind. Guys, I'm happy to report the Cotopaxi weighed in at 10 kilos, so all good there. And I did actually throw in an extra little top, a little thermal shirt, which I'm so glad that I did, because it's actually been a bit cool here where we are in Georgia at the moment. But back to the video. We have 2 more sleeps until we depart. And I mentioned earlier in the video about our current plans that the itinerary includes Pakistan. That won't be until June, so we will have to wait and see a bit closer to the time how the state of world events are looking. That particular flight to Pakistan would actually be through Dubai, and we already had a flight that was through Dubai that we had to change as well. In fact, we were supposed to be going to Azerbaijan as part of our time in the Caucasus, which we're very fortunate has actually worked out and didn't cost us much more than what we originally paid, and we got a refund for that flight. But we're just going to have to wait and see a bit closer to the time if anything else changes with our plans as well. So I hope this has been another helpful packing video with a bit of preparation along the way as well. And I hope that you'll follow along to see the rest of the travels too. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye.